to start the show. The Good Life with DT and Spicoli. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What? A Good Life.
Yo, DT, what's popping?
Oh, I guess we're back. We're here. What's up, man?
Yeah, you look like you went through a 3-day bender.
I didn't go through a bender, man. I went through a 3-day shim. 3 days with shim.
Yeah, 3-day shim. 3 days of shim will exhaust you. You started Friday, and then it went Saturday and Sunday. 3 nights of shim, a little mini tour in Iowa. And it all started with like, hey, Shim, you think you want to play in DT's backyard?
Dude, how did that happen?
Because that's what I say to every single band. Have you seen DT's big backyard? It's huge. There's a lot of dog crap everywhere, but if you can avoid that, then we'll be good. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, are you serious?
I cannot believe that dude thought he was serious. I cannot believe he thought you were serious.
Yeah,
dude.
and he's like, well, let's make it a show. And then an acoustic show turns into a full-on rock show. And then Council Bluffs sells out at Maloney's. What a moment that was for the Good Life Podcast.
Let's recap the whole weekend. Yeah, we did Thursday night, Shim flew in. Don and Darlene flew in. His merch people, man, I've become super good friends with them. I actually took them to the airport today and did lunch with them, man. Great people, man. So we got to hang out. And then Friday, we had to Sioux City, see what it is. Let's see what's going on.
And everything went perfect in Sioux City, right?
It was definitely interesting to watch Shim direct, the Impulsive, man. They learned all his music. So watching him just orchestrate that, man, and just little tweaks for hours of like how to play Sick Puppy song was crazy to watch, dude. And like, and how well they picked it up. It was crazy. They just like, oh, okay. And then, they could just do it. And I was sitting there like, man, I thought I was a musician, but I'm not. Like, these dudes are like amazing.
Yeah, and Shim does teach a masterclass on how to do all of this stuff, and that's one thing that he had talked about on the podcast before. So watching him in action and teach these guys how to do Sick Puppy songs and the fact that they could pick it up so fast is really just shows you what kind of talent they have in the Impulsive.
Yeah, man.
So as a thank you for coming out and supporting the very first Good Life concert with Shim, we want to thank you with a Shim t-shirt and a poster. And coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to give you a key phrase. We'll give you the key phrase, and the first 5 people to direct message the Good Life with that key phrase will win a Shim shirt along with a Shim poster. First 5 people, though. So when you hear it in just a couple of minutes, as we kind of recap and go through this weekend, make sure to direct message us as you're listening to the podcast once you hear that key phrase, all right? It's going to be 3 words, so just stay tuned for that. So you started the show, you started it all weekend off like in Sioux City. You did Sioux City. That went over well?
Yeah, Sioux, it was okay, man. It was good, yeah. It was good to get, that one done. It wasn't, a packed house, but I mean, there was probably like 70 people there. I don't know, maybe there's a little bit more than that, but I think the coolest part of that, man, was watching Alyeska for the first time, honestly. We've seen Impulsive before. We've obviously seen Shim. Seeing the new guys go on that stage and just kill it the way they did, and knowing what we had coming up on Saturday night at home, I was so excited for it, man. It was, yeah, they were. What's your thoughts on Alyeska after seeing them?
Alyeska rips. I'm so excited for them to continue to keep writing, keep kicking out new songs. Their new song like had me hooked from start to finish, and to see that live and to see their performance, I think we're in for a treat. I think they're just about to get hot. And what they did on Saturday night, from my experience, I was like, man, these guys, this is exactly where they need to be, in front of a big crowd like this, performing, showing people what they're capable of. And I think this is just the beginning for them.
Dude, Saturday, well, that's gonna be the highlight for sure, no doubt about it. Saturday night, Omaha, Council Bluffs showed up, dude. My goodness, that was I think that's the first time I would say stand-up comedy, music, everything I've ever gotten choked up before we went up, dude. and we heard that crowd screaming.
Yeah, it was a special moment, and Maloney's, thank you to them for really, hosting a real beautiful night, a great venue, just the right amount of people there, sold out show. And at the top, like when you go into Maloney's and you're looking at the stage, you see the bands light up, you see Alyeska, you see the Impulsive, you see Shim, you see the Good Life. That really makes a difference. I think, like when the bands are up on stage or if we're up there talking, I think that makes it really cool and it stands out and it's different from a lot of venues.
Yeah, man, they definitely they do some different things there. I know, like we had checked out Maloney's and then it sold out, and I was like, oh man, I don't know, man, this might be too many people, but yeah, you're right. It was, the spacing in that building was almost perfect for what we wanted. It was fantastic. We got, Ezra. We got Ezra on stage for his first concert. We had a picture up there with him. We took him down to the green room to meet Shim. I mean, dude, Shim's just such a
that was
cool
dope.
dude.
Yeah, man, that was super cool. Now, if you weren't at the show, Ezra, his mom's very first show was Sick Puppies, and she wanted Ezra, the little kid, she wanted his first show to be with Shim, and she's like, let's do it. And so they came out, and he was holding up a sign, "This is my first concert." And so that was a good catch by your part to say, hey, let's bring him on stage. Let's go introduce him to Shim. And the picture turned out fantastic. And I mean, what a moment, though. That's going to be tough to top.
I don't know, man.
That's his first concert.
So did Tall Guy add you on Facebook?
Tall Guy added me on Facebook, yes.
Tall Guy added me on Facebook, too, dude. I was sitting there, and I was like, who is this? So anybody else who didn't miss out on this show, we did a lot of pictures on stage with the crowd. And if you haven't seen the pictures, definitely go check them out because it is insane. But there was a very tall guy in the front of the stage, and anytime we needed a picture, the crowd would start chanting, "Tall guy, tall guy." He would get on up there.
If you see the tall guy with the tattoos on his face, very cool tattoos, by the way. That's tall guy. He helped us out because David's like, I got short arms, I can't reach that high. And I'm like, well, we need tall guy, and there was tall guy at the front of the stage, and I mean, we put him to work, and I love it. He took action.
So great.
Takes a great picture.
So we had Alyeska ripped it. Impulsive, obviously they ripped it, man. Those are our boys, man. I mean,
yeah. I mean, look, anytime Impulsive takes the stage, I'm right there with them. I'm like, to see those guys evolve over the years, and they continue to get better each show. And I love, when fans are singing along, and when I just love Chemicals Collide, that song by them. I love that they did Hurricane. That cover, that's always fun. That always Stranded, they did that, and Fallen Angels. So I'm sold on the Impulsive. I know we always joke that you slept on them, and now you're wide awake to them. The Impulsive.
They know I love them, dude. They know it. Yeah, it's all a running joke now. But.
And then Shim hit the stage, dude. Shim hit the stage, and it was electrifying, man. He really is a true showman. When he got up there, he just totally was like, look, this is about having a good experience. We're going to walk away. We're going to have the best night of our lives, and let's create this memory together. And he did everything from All the Same, which people wanted to hear. He did, Gunfight, and opened up the show with War. Took off his shirt. He wanted my leather coat. I mean, what didn't that guy do? I mean, so many memorable moments. He even went into Nickelback Animals for a little bit. That was hilarious.
Were you? I don't know if that was in Friday or if you were a part of that conversation.
That was Saturday.
No. There was a conversation that was held about how he would never cover a Nickelback song. And I think it was on Friday on the way to Sioux City. I think it was. And that's why it was so funny to me that it happened. I think he said it as a joke, and the Impulsive was like, it was his backing band, and they were like, let's go. And they started playing it, and I was like, oh, no, they're doing it.
Dude, Animals is one of my favorite songs, so to see and hear him do that was just, I was mind blown. I'm like, no way, he's doing it.
Man, it was a great
dope
night Saturday night. I mean, everything from start to finish.
In the meet and greet with Shim, I mean, that was super cool too, and I love that people could just, they got there early, and they were able to meet him, and he took pictures with everybody. He signed everything he possibly could, and, he loves his fans, he loves his fans, and that's what it's all about. The connection between him and his fans was just awesome to see.
Sunday. Whoa, man. So you got to go home and get some rest. I went home after the show on Saturday. I came home for a few hours, and then we went back to Des Moines the final night, and it was It was a pretty good turnout, dude. Des Moines got down. So Etched in Embers joined that one. I completely forgot they added a fourth band. The guys drove over from Lake of the Ozarks and opened the show, and they killed it. Yeah, it was great, man. Alyeska went up again. They killed it. I think Des Moines was all new fans for Allie. So it was, and Impulsive, really. So it was really cool for them, man. They got a whole new fan base up there. And shout out to the Impulsive, man, because they know I love that cover of Diary of Jane. They didn't do it the other 2 nights, but they wanted to end the show right, and they threw it in that set for me, man. So it was dope.
Badass. I love to hear it, man. Yeah, dude. It sounds like from Friday, it just kept getting better and better. It kicked off on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then going out with a bang. And now where's Shim? Where did he go? Is he going back to Australia?
He's back. He's back in Aussie, man. He went back home. So, yeah, we did do something cool to end the tour, though, man. We, so Jake from the Impulsive does the screaming and singing. He's the only one that doesn't play, an instrument. So me and Shim came up with an idea, and we had Sean, the lead singer of Alyeska, and Jake from the Impulsive joined him for You're Going Down, and we ended the entire 3-day run with those guys on stage with them, man. So it was super cool.
I love it, and I love the picture that you posted with like everybody in a big group. All the bands together.
Yeah, it was great, man.
All the bands together, and then you. And...
I think on Sunday, dude, we were all like, man, we're done. Like, we're ready to go home. And then, we're all texting today, me and Shane and Sean, everybody. And everyone's like, are you kind of sad there's not a show tonight? And they're like, yeah. So, I mean, it was a good time, dude. It was a great 3-day run. But, I mean, yeah, I'm glad to be back home with the kids, man.
All right. Should we give the key phrase?
I think so. I think you should.
Free Shim swag. That's what you need to direct message us right now. Free Shim swag. The first 5 people to send the Good Life on Facebook a direct message. Free Shim swag takes home a Shim t-shirt and a poster. First 5 people, though. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. First 5 people, as a thank you from Shim and the Good Life podcast, thank you so much for coming out and being part of a spectacular event, whether you were there for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or went to all 3. I mean, and he's got the diehard fans that went to all 3, and
dude,
I love the pictures.
Does, man.
We met so many cool people, dude, and it just felt good, and it felt right, and it just, the power of music just kind of unites us all, and we all know those songs, yeah, and just to be able to have that nostalgia was so much fun.
Yeah, man. It's so, I mean, dude, there were so many conversations when we were out of town, and I'm just sitting there like, man, I'm so glad me and Spicoli know about you before the rest of the world finds out. Like, I'm so glad that this is going to happen for you guys. It was an awesome experience for those dudes, and I'm glad I got to witness it, man. Honestly, all 3 nights, it was so much fun.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you for just, man, going through it all. I know there's a lot behind the scenes that you went through to be able to make this happen, but that's why I jumped on the podcast with you. If there's one thing you should know about David Taylor, we're going to make it happen. Like, David Taylor makes stuff happen. One thing about you, if you say you're going to do it, we're going to do it, and I will hold you accountable. Right? I mean, it just
we're gonna
do it big. And I mean, you being a part of this, as for our first inaugural Good Life concert, I mean, that was special for us. So if you were a part of this, you were part of the history of what's to come, because we're going to be back. We're going to be back at Maloney's. Is it July 27th?
July 27th. Yep. There's some special things that night. So I don't know. How much of a notice did we get for the Shim show? Like a month and a half? Is that what it was?
About 5-6 weeks.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do the same thing. So sometime in June, maybe June, you'll hear about this. So, but yeah, we're excited. We got a lot of things coming up, man. We met a lot of new people. It was very cool to go to Sioux City and Des Moines, and for people knowing about the podcast. I mean, it was super cool, man. People are like, "Oh, you're the dude, this dude." Yeah, man. Where's Spicoli? I'm like, come on, dude. That dude ain't coming up here tonight, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I got to get up early and be on the radio and, do the full-time job thing. And, so I got to make sure I'm there for those listeners as well.
Well, what do you think, man? You ready to do another one?
Fired up and ready to go, dude. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Bro. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. But I guess let's end it and say thank you, man. Supporters, thank you guys, man. That was for you guys. We said it on stage Saturday night. $15 for those 3 bands, man. Nobody got rich off of it. That was for you guys, and that was agreed upon by Shim and all the other bands and the venue, man. So everybody was on board that we had to make it, affordable and a good time for everybody. So, and that's why it sold out. We told you it was going to, and people thought we were joking. We told you.
That's right. You showed up, you sold it out. You had one of the best concert experiences ever. The memories that you're going to walk away with is truly special. And I don't know if it'll ever happen again, so if you went, thank you. If not, don't miss the next one, because July 27th is just going to be as special. Until the midnight hour.